What's up, y'all? It's Wayne. Check out Undisputed every Friday to hear my hottest takes from the week in sports. From the Cowgirls to Coach Prime to LeBron. Undisputed is your go-to for the best sports debates from me, Skip, and the crew. Tune in and follow us on foxsports.com, the Fox Sports app, YouTube, and anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, as I am sitting here doing this episode, I will be looking through the Xbox game deals and stuff, because I'm trying to find me some new games to play on stream. So I did buy this, it was a game, I played the first one, Stuntman. Anybody remembers that game? But anyways, no, what I wanted to overall talk on, as I'm multitasking is it okay? Is it okay to cry on movies and TV shows? And me, personally, I would not full on cry. I have got teary-eyed in some shows and, movies and stuff. But other than that, I've never gotten to a point where I was full on crying. I don't think I've ever reached that point in time. I've been sad about certain, TV shows and movies. Dang, that episode was that was depressing. I won't want to watch that episode no more. But other than that, no, I can't think of a time where I've ever I've cried on a TV show or a movie. But in the shows and movies that I got teary-eyed on, it was I remember I was a kid and I was heavily into the TV show Teen Titans, and there was an episode where a girl had got turned into stone or something like that. Don't remember nothing about the episode. That's honestly all that I remember. But a girl got turned into stone. It was sad. I got teary-eyed. I'll admit, I was in my room laid out. I was sad. I was dang, this is messed up. But other than that, nope, no crying. And then another time, not because I'm trying to think, I don't think there was any other TV shows or movies. Now, the one show that I will mention and talk on, and I'm I think anybody will, if you know of this show, then yeah, but no, the one movie I do remember getting teary-eyed on, and I feel a lot of people overall did, especially me watching this series ever since I was a kid, and then being in my adult years watching the same movie, but Fast and Furious. And it was the 7th one. That was Paul Walker's last movie, or his last will work with the Fast and Furious series and stuff. And I'll admit, I thought it was sad. I thought it was sad that, he drove off in the distance and stuff. I was dang, well, I guess there's that. And I'm man, that is some sad stuff. And, no, I was sitting there, fam, I'll admit, I was in the movie theaters, I did get a little bit teary-eyed, because I was bro, why it gotta be like this? For what reason? I'm saying, I don't get why they need to make it this sad, but no, it was sad. I was I'll admit, I did get teary-eyed. And then the TV show that overall had me, in tears, and a few well, not crying, but teary-eyed. I can feel the tears forming up. The Walking Dead, that TV show. Alright, so spoilers will be talked on, so if you are a fan of Walking Dead, but you haven't, really, because I'm going to be talking on a bunch of different, episodes and stuff, so I don't know which episodes you've seen and haven't seen, so it'll probably be best, get caught up, put this episode aside, wait until you're caught up and, with the show and stuff, and then, then you'll know which episodes I'm talking about. But anyways, no, the first time I had to say, now this TV show had me shaking at points, but no, the episode that had me teary-eyed and shaking was when Glenn had died, when Negan had killed Glenn. I was fam, are you serious? Time out. Why? Because nobody wasn't expecting it. And then for those that don't really know of the show, so Negan was at one point in time the worst villain that the main group can ever come across. But anyways, so Negan had killed one guy already, And the whole reason for it, and it's like, it makes sense. Like, in the later episodes, he does explain, like, hey, you guys killed my men, so I was just returning the favor, okay? But anyways, so he killed one guy, and then he acted like he was about to kill. So Glenn had a wife on that show, and he acted like he was about to kill the wife, and then Glenn had an outburst or whatever, and then was getting her to say, well, he was like, you know, he was doing some things. But anyways, another character on the show came up and punched Negan across the face. And then he said, look, I told you, no more outbursts, so I gotta get back to it. Turns around, hits Glenn across the head. It was so fast. It was like, fam, I couldn't even have stopped it if I wanted to. So I'm shocked. I'm looking at the screen like, no, this can't be. Like, this can't happen. And then eventually the crazy thing about it was that he hit Glenn a couple of times in the head with the bat. And the bat had like these barbed wires on it and stuff. So Glenn's head was all messed up. And so anyways, Glenn gets up. He looks at his wife Maggie, and he was all like, I will find you. I think that's what he said. So he was just like, I will find you. And then, Negan just eventually kills him off. And I was like, fam, like, I'll admit, I did get teary-eyed. And I was like, because I wasn't expecting that. And then the other episode in Walking Dead that had me teary-eyed was, so the main character of that show, his name is Rick. Rick had a son on there named Carl. Carl had got bit by a zombie. By the way, it's a zombie TV show in case anybody was wondering. But anyways, so Carl got bit in his, like, ribs by the zombie. And usually, like, you know, best places to be bitten at is, like, your arms or your leg. So at least then it could be cut off and things, and you know you won't get infected. But anyways, yeah, he got bit on his ribs. So it got to a point where he was all like, you know, he was dying, he was turning, all that other extra stuff. And then eventually, you know, well, no, actually, no, he didn't even turn. I'm sitting here getting distracted because I'm also watching wrestling at the same time and stuff. So, but anyways, so he had okay, let me do this all over again because I'm really getting distracted right now. He got bit, okay? He started turning. Once when he started turning, then he had to eventually tell all those guys because he was like, yeah, his skin was getting all pale and stuff. So he's saying his goodbyes to everybody. And it got so sad and depressing. Then it got all the way down to his sister. Then when it got to his sister, he's like telling her like all these different things. She lets out this monstrous sad cry, and it got so sad. I'm like, fam, why? Can it just please stop? Like, can he just turn? And I'm like, bro. But anyways, he didn't turn. He ended up killing himself. He got a gun and shot himself before he could officially turn and stuff. So that happened, and I was like, fam, like, when his sisters started crying, I was all like, I got teary-eyed. Like, no, the tears, they formed up, and I was like, there was no way of holding them back. So, I'm like, dang, bruh. I'm like, it didn't even need to be like that. But anyways, but no, like, my thing is this, because I was just talking with one of my friends about it. And there's an anime show I guess she's watching. She hasn't told me the name of it yet, but anyways, there's an anime show that she watches, and she was saying like how it's sad, like it's extremely sad. And I'm trying to think, there was another time when somebody was telling me, and they were like telling me that's one thing about it. Don't tell me about TV shows and movies if I haven't seen it. Just say that it is sad and leave it alone. But no, people be all like, oh yeah, it was crazy because this guy, my thing is this, because I'm like, I got to do this for my episode, right? But I warned people, I told people for spoiler reasons, hey, you might want to go watch the show first and then, go and, then come back and listen to this episode. But, nah, people would tell you about the show and I'm like, fam, I have not seen it. So don't tell me about it. Like, bro, and there'll be people out there telling you all about that stuff. I'm like, I don't even get it half of the time. I'm like, I just, like, I do, like, next time I'm just gonna, like, somebody start doing that. I'm like, hey, if you want me to watch the show, don't tell me the episodes. Like, don't tell me about the movie. Don't tell me the episodes. None of that, okay? That's why a lot of the times I don't even like posting online when I say that, oh, I just started watching the show. Because, somebody, they did that crap with Breaking Bad. And I was like, I don't even think it was a legitimate spoiler. I think somebody was just trolling, but it could have been. I don't know. I never did finish that show, but I don't remember what they had said. But I was all like, fam, why? People, like, if somebody, that's why I'm like, hey, look, if it's just amongst friends, I'm like, okay, cool. But and I post that stuff like on Facebook or something, I may post it on like other social media platforms, but other than that, I post it on Facebook because at least then I'm like, okay, like if a friend does do some stuff like that, like, oh, this character dies at the end, like, just felt like you should have known that and stuff. I've been like, nope, I'm unfriending you because you are no longer trusted. I'm like, I don't care how close a friend you are. I'm saying, like, if like the friend I was just talking on that told me, because she got me in the Attack on Titans. By the way, good show. Would recommend watching it. But she was, also telling me about this other, like, sad anime show. And she was saying, like, how there was at times where it was like, it got sad to the point it was like, she was like me in Fast and Furious and Walking Dead. She watches Walking Dead too. And I told her, I was all like, because she asked me, like, do I cry easily? And I'm like, dang, like, that's not a question you want to usually, because I'm like, fam, how sad is this show? I'm like, because my thing is this, like, I don't mind watching, like, sad shows and movies and stuff, but at the same time, when it just gets way too sad and depressing, like, that's why I didn't like the one movie that had Will Smith in it, 7 Pounds, because that movie is just depressing. And it's like one of those, like, Romeo and Juliet type movies. Like, I don't even feel sad. I feel more angry than sad. I'm like, why am I watching this? I don't like these type of movies. That's why a lot of times I try watching comedy movies, action-packed movies with cars. Like, I'm saying, like, there'll be movies like the one movie, Need for Speed. I can watch that movie any day of the week. Now, the one sad scene in there, and spoiler alert, is when the guy's his best friend, like, it was pretty much like a little brother to him, but he ends up getting killed in a car accident. And it was sad. Like, I watch that scene still to this day and just be like, dang, man. Like, that's what happens when you race with a snake. Like, nah, it was like that dude, he had no place of business to bump into the back of his car, make him somehow flip in the air, crash, car blows up, and then Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, he has to do a U-turn, go check on his friend. It's like, bro, your friend's gone. Like, he's blown up in a Koenigsegg and stuff. I'm like, nah, your friend's gone. I'm sorry, but anyways, but yeah, I'm like, fam, like that, shows out there be sad and stuff for no reason. I'm like, dang, bruh. I'm like, why? But that's what makes the show, like, interesting. That's what makes them shows, like, entertaining and stuff. Like, when you can bring out that emotion out of a person and stuff, like, you know that show is good. So, yeah, it's like, if you can, I'm just saying, like, a TV show or movies, if they make a person cry, that's a good show. I'm saying. But it gets to a point where it's like, if it's, if you find yourself, like, getting annoyed over the fact that it makes you cry every single time, that's not a good show. I'm saying, like, if it brings out that emotion, but I'm like, that's usually because somebody can, like, easily cry and stuff. But other than that, I'm like, if the show, like, I'm just saying, me personally, I don't go around and watch shows that makes me cry and stuff. Like, if a show is interesting, I will watch it. But if every episode is sad, and that's why I'm, like, kind of, like, somewhat curious about this anime show, because I'm like, if I find it too sad, I'll probably be hesitant about it, because I'm like, I really don't want to tell a friend, like, oh yeah, that show you recommended me is bad. But if a show is just that depressing, I will tell that friend where I'm like, I can't watch this. This show is way too depressing, and I don't want to be sitting here like, okay, like, I'm sitting here thinking and crying and stuff, like, bro, why they had to go out like that? Why does it have to be so sad? Like, I'm saying, like, there's like, it don't make no sense half the times. But Anyways, but yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's okay to like cry and stuff on movies and TV shows because, like I said, if it brings out that emotion, I'm like, then it's usually a good show. If it's not like all the time, if it's all the time, then I'm like, yeah, then you know that show is just a depressing show. I mean, if you like shows like that, like the art behind it and all that stuff, then I'm like, all right, you know, that's on you, but yeah, if it me personally, I'm like, nah, I be trying to stay away from stuff like that because I'm like, nah, it's too much. But anyways, but yeah, I'm sitting here trying to think. Yeah, there ain't nothing else I could talk on. So anyways, thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 40 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss, and make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off of your first purchase, and make sure you use my supporter creator code for Epic Games, TMossBoss. And in the meantime, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace. I was trying to drag this on exactly the 15 minutes and stuff because I got like an OCD with that, so. But anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.